Good morning, class 9. Today we will start a new poem, The Road Not Taken. I hope you people have finished all your written work by now. Some children were getting confused whether you should do your work in a new copy or you should continue in the old registers. How should you do your work? So I am repeating once again, children, that the work which you have done in the month of April and May, now keep that work as your future reference work. Make a new copy, make a fair copy, register, not a copy, register, make a new register for your work which we have started from 27th of July. We will revise each and every chapter and poem along with all question answers and everything. So in your new fair copy now, you will do all work in proper sequence as I am proceeding. First half of your register will be reader and second half of your register will be supplementary reader. The work which you have done in April and May will not go waste. Keep all those things, because when you will prepare for the exam, since you are in class 9, so you will not be preparing only from your fair copies. You have to go beyond your copy and you should know each and every type of question that can be asked in your exams. So when you will prepare for your exams in future, you will take help in order to prepare English from those question answers or from that written material which you have done in the month of April and May. So it will be used as your reference work later on. It will not go waste. So don't throw it away. Okay. Now, today we are going to start with a new poem, The Road Not Taken. I should say that it is a very, very meaningful poem written by Robert Frost. I call it meaningful because it is related to our lives. In this poem, the poet is trying to emphasize upon the fact that the road which we choose makes all the difference. Here, the word road symbolizes our choices which we make. If we have many options before us, it is for us to decide which option have we chosen, which choice did we select, which option did we choose, and if we have made the right choice, if we have chosen the right option, then we will make our lives. We will see a bright future ahead. We will enjoy a successful life. But if we make one wrong choice, then what will happen? We will ruin our lives. One right decision makes our life. One wrong choice ruins everything, ruins our destiny, ruins our lives. So in this poem, each stanza has a deep meaning. This whole poem has a deep meaning because actually it is based on our real life experiences, the choices which we make in our life. Now, first I will read the whole poem, then I will explain stanza wise and I'll tell you the explanation of the stanzas. Then the difficult meanings will also be discussed simultaneously. But first I am going to read the whole poem so that you may revise what you have done earlier. The Road Not Taken. This well-known poem is about making choices and the choices that shape us. Robert Frost is an American poet who writes simply but insightfully. That is, he has a deep insight. He can look into the future and he writes keeping the future in mind. About common, ordinary experiences. He talks about common people, common experiences which we, the people, have in our lives every day. So he writes relating to each person's life. Now, the poem. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry, I could not travel both. And be one traveller, long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other, just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that the passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less travelled. And that has made all the difference. Now let us start with the poem. First stanza. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood. Now in this first line, the poet is saying that he is standing in a wood. He is standing in a forest. And he can see in front of him two roads taking different directions. One going on the right side, suppose, and the other going towards the left. There are two roads which are diverging in two different directions in that yellow wood. Now here the word yellow signifies that it is autumn season, and in the autumn season what happens? The leaves turn yellow and they fall. So this falling of leaves or this turning yellow of the leaves show or signify or symbolizes the aging people. In the world, like in the forest, there are thousands of leaves, isn't it? There are so many trees, and in the autumn season, hundreds and thousands of leaves are shed and they are seen falling on the ground. Similarly, this world also has thousands of people who are turning old. Aging people, that means they are growing older day by day. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry, I could not travel both. Now, when he stands in this wood and he sees that in front of him there are two roads and they are going in two different directions, he is confused because he has to decide one road for himself. He can't travel on both the roads, isn't it? If you are one human being, when you are a single human being, then if there are two roads in front of you, you can't travel on both the roads at the same time. Similarly, the poet also says that there are two roads in front of him and he has to choose one. He has to select one on which he can move, he can travel. And sorry, I could not travel both. And be one traveller, long I stood. Being a single traveller, being alone there, he stood there thinking which road to select, which road to choose for himself. And looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Now, since he is unable to make a choice, he looks down and looks at the road, and finally he chooses one road and keeps on looking at that road till it finally takes a curve in the end and is covered with trees. The road which he finally selects is a long one, and he keeps on looking at that road till where his eyes could see, and he finds out that the road ultimately takes a turn, takes a curve, and is hidden with trees. So this was your first stanza. Second stanza. Then took the other, just as fair. Then took the other, just as fair. Now here he looks at the other road also. He is looking at the second road also, and he finds out that this second road is also as good as the first one. Both are equally good. And having perhaps the better claim, he finds that this second road is a better option for him. A better claim means a better option. Because it was grassy and wanted wear. So what did we see in the first stanza? In the first stanza we saw that there are two roads in front of him, and he looks at one road that goes till the end where it takes a curve and it is filled with undergrowth. That means there are many trees which finally hide the road. Then he looks at the second road, which looks as good, as fair as the first one, and he thinks that this second one is going to be a better option for him. Why? Because it was grassy, it was green, it was grassy, it was more comfortable to walk on. Because it was grassy and wanted wear. Wanted wear here means that the road was not as much used or travelled as the previous one. The previous road which he had looked, which we had talked about in the first stanza, was more used, was more travelled by more number of people, whereas this road is more grassy. Grassy signifies that very few people have travelled on this road, and the poet says that because it was grassy and wanted wear, that means the road wanted people to walk on it. The road wanted that it should be used. That is why he chose the second road. Though as for that the passing there had warned them really about the same. After walking on that path, on that road, he felt that both were equally used. Both were equally worn out. Both had been travelled by people. I am reading again. Though as for that the passing there, that means when he passed on that road, when he walked on that road, had warned them really about the same. He realized that both the roads had been worn out. Both the roads had been equally used. People had travelled on both the roads. And both that morning equally lay. Now, in the third stanza, the poet says that when he looked at both these roads in the morning, he felt that both the paths, both the roads looked very much similar to him. When he stands in the morning facing those roads and he looks at those two roads, he finds that both paths looked very much similar to each other. And both that morning equally lay. In leaves, no step had trodden black. Now, when he is looking at the two roads, he finds out that both these roads looked grassy, both these roads looked similar. In leaves, no step had trodden black. That means the leaves which covered both the roads were grassy. They had not trodden black. They had not turned black. Because when you will step on the leaves again and again, when more people will walk on the leaves repeatedly, gradually they will get crushed under the feet and they will turn black in color. Their green color will gradually fade away. But When he walked on the road and when he stood still and saw both the roads, he realized that both the roads were equally green in color. Both the roads did not have many black leaves. That means they were not much used or traveled by people. In leaves, no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day. Yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. Oh, I kept the first for another day. So, when he saw that both the roads were looking equally grassy, both the roads were less used or less traveled by people, they did not have black leaves, which showed that both were not worn out. So he decided that he will select the second road for today and he will leave the first road for some other day. Yet knowing how way leads on to way, although he knew that once when he will select the second road and he will start traveling on that road, he is not going to turn back and come again. When he will travel, he will continue to travel on that path. He will not come back again to travel on the first road. Now children, here the poet is indirectly indicating towards choices which we make in our lives. When he says that when the poet selects one road and he starts traveling on the first road, on that road which he has selected, he will not come back and return to walk on the first road which he has kept for some other day. This means that once we make a decision in our life, that decision is the one on which we spend the whole life. Because life is not so long that once you spend half your life seeing that you have made a wrong decision, then you come back again, you turn back again and start your life once again. This is not possible. So once you make a choice in your life, once you select a path for yourself in your life, you go on moving on that path, you do not get a chance to return back, to come back. That means selection of a choice is very, very important. I am giving you a very simple example from your student life. Just now you are in class 9th. Very soon next year you will be in class 10, then you will appear in your board examination and you will pass class 10. Now after passing class 10, you will have to choose whether you will take science stream or you will take art stream or you will take commerce stream. Supposing you are very good in science and maths, but you made a wrong choice and you took art stream, where you had to learn history, civics, geography, psychology, Hindi, etc. such kind of subjects. And you knew very well, although you knew very well that when you were in class 6th, 7th or 8th, you were not scoring very well in history, civics, you were not doing very well in geography, but still you did not keep that in mind. You did not keep this in mind that you are a good student in maths, you are a good student in science, and you chose wrong subjects and you took art stream. Now you did very average in class 11th and 12th. Then in graduation also in BA you took arts subjects. Then again you are not doing very well. You are showing a very average performance. After doing 2 years of intermediate and 3 years of graduation, now if you realize that you have made a wrong choice, you should have taken science subjects, you should have taken biology, physics, chemistry, then now can you go back and do 11th and 12th once again taking science subjects? No. Can you bring back those years which you have spent in 11th and 12th? No. The time once gone is gone. The opportunity once gone is gone. So to make a right choice is very important. Whether it is the choice of subjects, whether it is the choice of a career, whether it is the choice of doing what you want to do in life. Suppose you are capable of doing well in banking sector. You can do well if you go into some bank, but you don't go there. You are struggling hard for engineering. You are trying to become a doctor, and you are not capable of becoming a doctor. You are not very much interested in science subjects, but still you want to become a doctor. Will you do well in your profession? No. So if you have made a right choice and you went in banking sector, you will do very well. You will become a successful banker. But if you have made a wrong choice and you are wasting the years in your life in doing MBBS and you are not doing well, you are just somehow you are coping to manage with that area which you have chosen in your life, then what will happen? You are wasting your years, you are wasting your time, you are wasting your effort, and the result is going to be that first of all you are not going to become a good doctor. Maybe you don't become a doctor at all, you drop in between only. MBBS takes, if I am correct, it takes 5 years. Suppose after 3 years only you surrender and you say that no, now I can't continue. Then now what will happen? Can you bring those years back which you have wasted? No. That means selection of a choice, right choice, is very important. One wrong choice in your life can ruin everything, and one correct decision can make your life bright, can make your life successful. Now let us come back. So when he says that he knows very well that once he starts his journey on that second road, he will not be able to come back. So he is indirectly telling us that in our lives also, when we make one choice, it is not possible for us to return back and rectify our mistakes if we had made a wrong choice. So choice, correct choice is very, very important. Last stanza. I shall be telling this with a sigh. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence. Now, in the last stanza, the poet says that a time will come in future when he will think, taking a long deep breath. With a sigh means taking a long deep breath. In future, a time will come when he will think over, taking a long deep breath, whether he made a right choice or not. Did he choose the right path or not? Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. So he says that a time will come when he will ponder over, he will think over whether he selected the correct road or not. Whether he chose, whether in choosing the road less travelled by, did he do the right thing or not? Because the last line says, and that has made all the difference. The poet says that when he will think over his choices, when he will think over whether he made the correct decision or not, that answer will make all the difference in his life. In other words, the poet is asking us to think over several times before taking any decision. He says that once we make a choice and we start moving in that direction, we will not be able to come back. We will not get that opportunity. Life will not give us that opportunity to return back and make another choice, make a second choice. Okay? Because the choice which we will make will make all the difference. If we have made the right choice, it will make all the difference in our lives. We will lead a happy, successful life. But if we have made a wrong choice, if we have selected a wrong path, if we have chosen a wrong road here means if we have chosen that option which is a wrong option, which is not suitable, then it is going to ruin our destiny, ruin our life. So that is why he says that we must ponder over, we must think over in making decisions in lives. Each decision in our life has a deep meaning, it has a deep impact, and it can make or mar our destiny. With this, the poem is over, and I hope that this poem will help you in future to make right choices. Whenever you have to make any decisions, children, please be wise enough, take the help of your parents because they are much more experienced than you are. Consult things with your parents, never decide anything on your own. Think twice, think over what suggestions your parents are giving you, then think and decide your options according to your abilities, according to your caliber, and I am sure you will get success in whatever you do. Now let us quickly go through the question answers. I have also sent you the PDF of the question and answers. You have to do all the question answers in your fair copy. Just now I am only going to discuss them orally. Where does the traveler find himself? What problem does he face? The traveler finds himself standing in a wood at that place where two roads diverge in different directions. What problem does he face? The problem that he faces is that he has to choose one path and he is unable to decide the same. He is unable to decide which path to select. Second question. Discuss what these phrases mean to you. A yellow wood. A yellow wood means that we are talking about a forest where yellow leaves have fallen. Yellow leaves have fallen because it is autumn season. Here, yellow leaves signify that symbolizes that the world is full of aging people. It was grassy and wanted wear. In this line, the poet says that the road in front of him was grassy and it wanted people to travel on it. It wanted people to walk on it. The passing there. The passing there means that the poet had to walk on that road which he had chosen. The poet had to walk on that path, on that road which he had chosen. Leaves no step had trodden black. Leaves no step had trodden black. It shows that the leaves which were there on the roads, on the two roads, those were green leaves because very few people had walked on the roads and they had not turned black. The leaves were green because the roads were less traveled and very few people had walked on the road. How way leads on to way. Here the poet says that one option leads to another. We keep on walking the way we have chosen. One option leads to another option. One choice opens many more choices, but we keep on moving on that choice, on that option which we have chosen. Is there any difference between the roads as the poet describes them in stanzas? 2 and 3. Now, in stanzas 2 and 3, the poet describes about the roads that stand for the choices in life. The roads signify the choices in life. In the second and third stanza, both the roads are covered with leaves, but one road is less traveled by. When he walked on it, then he realized that both roads were similar to one another. Both roads were grassy, one was less traveled by, but when he walked on the road, he found that both roads were very similar to one another. In the last two lines of the poem, the poet talks of his decision, his choice of selecting the road where he would walk. He selected the road which was less traveled, and that has made all the difference in his life. What do you think the last two lines of the poem mean? Looking back, does the poet regret his choice or accept it? The poet did not choose the first road. He chose the second road, which was less traveled. But in future, he regrets that he could not choose both the roads. Choosing the less traveled road has changed the poet's life. The roads stand for the problem of choices in life. A particular choice can change a person's life. So we can say that the poet regretted in the end because he had a regret that he could not select both the roads for himself. He could not choose both the roads for himself. He chose the less traveled road, and that made all the difference in his life. That's all, children. So okay, let us see what is given in Roman number 2. Have you ever had made a difficult choice? How will you make a choice? For what reasons? Now this is for you to think over, children. This is not for me to dictate or write for you. You have to make choices in your life. You have to decide whether you have made the right choice or not. After you have made a choice, do you always think about what might have been, or do you accept the reality? Again, this is for you to answer. This is not for me to dictate to you. Whenever you make a choice in your life,